story with the cemetery room is there's actually a couple of stories. So the first story is back in May, we had our very first seance here, and we had Brian, who you met, was running it, and he did it in the dining room. And he was seated at the dining room table in the chair that faces this way, so he was facing the side of the house. And it was a private birthday party. There was like maybe 12 of them or so. And I was sitting in the corner just kind of observing and watching, being the host guy. And about 10 minutes in, he pauses, and after he had given some messages to people, he pauses and he looks at me. He said, "Steve, this message is for you." And it surprised me because I wasn't directly involved. I said, "Okay." He said, "Well, I told you the story about Christopher, right? Christopher's a little boy who likes Christopher."
It is Christopher.
So he goes, "There is a little girl who is right outside of this room, right outside of the window, like in that garden, in the garden, and says she wants to know if she can come in and play with Christopher." I said, "Of course, yeah, she's more than welcome to." And I barely got that out. And he points to the steps, and he points up to his left, which is up to the cemetery room, and says, "I hear them up there. There's going to be a lot of activity up there tonight. They're very, very happy." I was like, "Okay, I'm not sleeping up there." So we wrap up the seance. The people are mixing and mingling for the party. Everybody leaves, and we had two of the rooms booked that night: the cemetery room and the Ouija board room. It was two couples, and they knew each other. The birthday girl was in the Ouija board room, and their friends were in the cemetery room. The next morning, the husband comes down from the cemetery room, and I greet him in here with the breakfast and ask him how he sleeps. He said, "We slept really well till about 12:30 or 1 a.m. I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, about that time, you probably saw the hat rack hanging in there to the left of the sliding glass door. That fell off the wall. It's heavy. It made a big, big clump, woke them up. It was loud enough that it woke up the couple in the Ouija board room. We didn't hear anything in our apartment. We slept through it." So at first I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I installed that like last December. I can't believe it just fell off the wall." And he went, "No, the cemetery room." And I looked at him and I went, "The kids." He said, "The kids." so like, okay, so the kids got it off the wall. So we send them on their way. I'm cleaning the rooms, getting ready for our next guests. And I'm in there and I'm reinstalling it with bigger anchors into the wall. And I said, "Christopher, you and your friend are welcome to play in this house, but please quit knocking my shit over." And nothing weird, nothing has fallen off since. However, about 2 months later, we had a mother-daughter stay with us, adult daughter. She is still in mortician school, mortuary school, I don't know what the term is, but she's about ready to graduate. And we stayed down here, we were just chatting, getting to know each other. We had I think we had a full house that weekend actually. And daughter went up before mom to the cemetery room and went to bed. Mom and I visited for a while, she went to bed. Next morning, mom comes down, has breakfast, daughter finally makes her way down. And I asked her how she slept, like always. She said, "I slept really well, so well." She took a picture of the mattress. She's like, "Oh, you don't mind, I want this bed, I want this bed." And so you'll sleep well. And she said, "But I went up there and I had not told them anything about the boy, about the seance, nothing." She said, "I went up to get ready for bed last night." She's like, "And I felt like I wasn't by myself." I said, "Really? What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, I just sat on the bed and I felt like that there was like this friendly something in the room. And for some reason I said out loud, 'Is your name Chris? For some reason I feel like your name is Chris.' And she said, 'I had this conversation with nothing in this room, but I think his name was Chris.'" And I went, "Shut up." And I told her the story. She was just like, "That's amazing." She's like, "I pick up weird things all the time in mortuary school." So we've been here just over a year. So we put out our Halloween stuff, nothing like the craziness we had this year, but what Halloween stuff we did, we just put out because we didn't want to store it. And the house was under construction because we had to redo almost the entire upstairs. We broke down floors and all this stuff. That pink wallpaper had to go away in the portrait room. So the only light that was upstairs was the flickering light that's in the hallway above those portraits is a regular outlet that's just a flame light. So we had a regular bulb in there. And it was the only light that was on upstairs. There were no lamps, there were nothing else. And the guys had been working here all day, they had left. We went outside to look at the house, look at the lights we had set up for Halloween. So our goal was to have this room at least done for Halloween, which we barely did. And while we were out there, I was walking up the pathway to the door, and I saw a shadow move up in the portrait room to the far right. So sorry, John, I know that's your room. It was all right. But I didn't say anything, and as I reached for the door handle, Tim goes, is Pedro still here? Pedro was the worker that was here first thing in the morning, and was here late at night. And I said, I think he's left. Why? He's like, I saw something up in what's going to be the portrait room. I said, oh my God, so did I. So, and I always tell the story this way. You know how Shaggy and Scooby would go looking for the ghost? Scooby is on top of Shaggy. I'm Shaggy, he's Scooby. So we go out with our flashlights on our phone to look around, and of course, nothing's up there, the light's not. And he's just like, well, maybe it was like a squirrel. I think it was not a squirrel.
It was a squirrel walking past the window.
Yeah. So the fact that we both saw
really big
it at the same time but didn't say anything right away kind of made me freak out. And the only other thing that happened was around holidays last year. We were like 2 or 3 days before our B&B inspection from the state to actually be able to welcome guests. And I was at the kitchen sink doing dishes, listening to Christmas music on the Echo Dot thing. And Tim said something about going upstairs to get ready for the inspection that was coming up. Because again, I'm creepy, he's comfortable, as I always tell everybody, so let's make sure everything's good. And I'm doing the dishes, and I see him, I thought, come down the steps, walk into the kitchen, and then go into our apartment. Nothing to say, didn't say anything, and it's like, oh, we forgot something, and then 2 minutes later, Tim comes down the steps. And I asked him, like, did you forget something? And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, you just came through here. He said, no, I didn't, I've been upstairs this whole time. So I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's turn up the Christmas music.
She didn't hear that because she was kissing headphones. I could talk all day and she'd never hear me. Right?
And she probably, well, yeah, she's like that all day, every day. You talk to her, she'd be like, huh?
Yeah, she.
You told her like 3 stories. Huh? You can tell her like 3 stories without that. You know, with canceling headphones. She didn't hear a word you said.
You know, you can relate, babe.
See? Robert?
I'm only hearing squeaks, I'm not hearing any words.
Is there a little boy in this house?
I am.
Why are you in this
Good
house?
question.
Why in this house?
Me?
Yes. Did you live here?
Mike? Tasty?
Who was the woman that we've captured upstairs on the camera? Or was it a girl?
To hell? A
Are you out in the backyard? Are you buried in the backyard?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Ketchup? Or catch that?
Are you buried in the backyard?
Yeah.
Are you Native American?
I keep hearing doo doo, doo doo, doo doo.
Do you guys have any questions?
Her heart.
Are there many in the backyard with you?
I.
Was this house built on your graves?
There.
Is there a little girl in this house?
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Remember that? You cried? Something in Spanish?
You asked who are you?
Absolutely. That was clear.
What is your name?
You go?
You can do it.
Now it's time?
Now it's time for what?
You?
Be careful in that room tonight.
Winkler?
Winkler.
Maybe?
Winkler.
That maybe wasn't for me. That was, I heard it.
Winkler? I heard Winkler, but then
That's what I heard.
That's from my ancestors.
Felt something hit me like right here.
I'm telling you.
Telling us what?
Did you see that?
that's the screen, right?
Yeah.
It started like,
It was almost like a crater.
yeah. It caught my attention because I was
Yeah.
looking, I was like writing.
How many are there?
Someone doesn't like me.
Are all the spirits in this house friendly?
Who doesn't
Here
like
goes the
you?
doo-doo-doos again. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
Big smiles too.
Hmm.
Stop.
Does anybody want to communicate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you? What's your name?
Job.
Hi,
Were you
John.
talking to me?
So what?
So what?
And so what?
So what? Okay.
Order. Make it up. Why is it doing? Die?
Please. I can't keep up. How many spirits are in his house?
It's a situation.
What's the situation?
Perfect.
So you,
Yes. It had to have been.
Do you like to play with anything around here?
Those 1,000.
That's $1,000.
It's the design.
Design of what?
You talking about the wall?
Free. See through the muddy water. His face.
Whose face?
$20.
Do you live outside?
You stop. Not now.
not now.
Prevent.
Prevent what?
Number 3.
So sorry. Mavens. Listen. Balding.
Valid.
Pose.
Did you know like the remote?
There's a lot.
Of?
A lot of what?
Mikey. What happened? So I.
Is this another prank situation?
Heart pumping.
No, there's like this.
My sister.
Who's your sister?
Is that little girl?
Is that Beth?
You can't.
Do what? Or say what?
A lot of people.
In this room?
Are you uncomfortable around a lot of people?
What? Boss.
Yes,
You're
Hades
gonna
here.
be.
You.
I knew it. Who's that?
That a girl.
Home sweet home.
This is your home?
Did you build this home? What is your name?
You're not smart.
I did not do
You're talking to Mikey, right?
50. I'm done. I'm starting to get a headache.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nope, 2 more minutes.
What's that?
2 more minutes.
Right before I took the mask off, I saw my my dad dead in bed, and I got the.
Oh,
Okay, so I think it was my dad's head, and I was like, alright, I've had enough. That's where you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for this, we do it almost like seance. We're all gonna hold hands, and then she's just gonna let us know what she picks up.
I gotta hold hands.
During.
Sorry, Mikey.
Okay, let's
What are
just see.
You gotta hold hands.
I see a lot of things in the dreams too. There's more than one spirit, there's several spirits, but I think they all talking over each other and you can't get anything. They won't let all talk, we're all talking once and too much. Like I can see they're all trying and there's lots of them. I see more like a woman, like a female. She's like older. She's wearing a nightgown. Don't know why. She seems the more like dominant one. But they all are trying to talk and they can't because there's too many of them. There might be children here too. I can't see them, but I can feel like little young souls. They just all can't talk. There's too many of them. That's why they've been having a hard time to clearly communicate with all of us. I don't think they all live in this house. I think they pass by a lot. They don't have actual association with this house. They want to be heard, but it's hard to talk. But this older female in this nightgown, I don't know, she's got like gray hair. She's older. She may have association in this house.
So these, you keep your eyes open.
So you guys noticed the REM pod has not gone off.
No, I thought it was turned off.
No, I
just
just
went
went
over
over
there
there
and
and tested it and checked it.
So it's on.
Oh, jeez.
One of her hands barely makes one of yours.
So you can wrap your hand around one finger. Like thumb.
No, I just feel pressure in my chest.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Mikey, your turn.
Why me?
It just
It's
calling
because
just
it's
calling
calling
you.
you.
Calling your name.
No. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess I'll try it.
When I said try not to talk so much,
That's what she said.
I didn't mean that at all.
Whatever.
A light on my right side. 2 lights on top moving. Sounds like I'm in a train. I'm in like a train. I can feel my chair moving again from behind and the floor. Male voice. It's a muffled male voice. 6 lights on top. 1 light in the corner, 1 light in front. There's movement. There's lights on the floor. 3. 1, 2, 3. Four lights on the floor now.
What are the lights?
3, 4. 2 of them are like going in and out of one of another. Kind of like. There's a really bright one going up over here.
What color are they? What color?
There's a 5th one trying to appear. Doesn't have. I guess it can't. It's like right there. Next to the other 4.
Those lights be scared.
What color are the lights?
They're different colors. It's dark yellow and white. 5 over here, white. 1 over here is white with 6 dark yellow and 1 light yellow, and then dark yellow. The sound is getting low.
Oh my god, the lights on the floor. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Your hand was tingling as soon as you mentioned train. My hand's still tingling
He
from it.
mentioned over there too.
Yeah.
You mentioned the train over there too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Who was close to it?
I was right here.
I haven't moved.
Yeah, I was sitting in
But, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That is going off. That's not thermal.
What the?
I see that.
There is something
Did you see that?
There was a person.
Oh my god.
I was recording that.
Standing.
I was recording that.
Oh,
saw
you
that.
recorded it?
What? That was a person. Oh,
You'll play it back.
Yeah, you'll play it back. Can you?
That thing's going insane.
It never does that, right?
It was
No.
that you that we just got on the thermal camera?
Did y'all see it?
My heart stopped.
Are you
saw
the
it.
woman who used to live in this house?
Yeah, you're warm. You're warm.
Yeah,
so
see, it's warm. I mean, you can see temperatures and stuff.
Yeah.
that person
So-
was not warm.
That was cold, right?
Cold.
That's
No,
crazy.
they tell me once in a while.
Yeah, it is cold.
But wait, let me sit in the chair. Like span back and then bring it back that way. Like I'm-
Yeah, it's different because you have thermal red, green, yellow, white.
So if it was like capturing you sitting in a chair, you would have
See,
been.
look.
I heard asshole. Swinger.
Oh.
You've been using pumpkin spice. Testicular?
This is new.